procrastinating and set yourself free. Okay, in this one, if you're a procrastinator and you're listening to this, and I have a couple of different ways I'm going to talk to you. One of them is procrastination in general and what it is and why you do it and how to move through it. A couple tips on how to move through it. On the other side is I just recently watched a video from Adam Grant on how productivity actually expands the creative field. So I'll talk about that second. So let's go back over to the first side. So if you're a procrastinator and you do it chronically, you probably are tired, you feel like a lack of purpose, you feel you have a lack of self-worth, you're hard on yourself, you're probably, some of you might be perfectionists. You fear failure, you really put yourself in a position where you think you're not enough to get whatever you're going to get done. So then you procrastinate, right? You could also be depressed, and that's the further out end of the scale, because any of the things that I just talked about actually will lead you into depression. So procrastination is one of those things that is easy to spot because you know when you're procrastinating. So how do you move through it? How do you break yourself out of it? First, become aware that you're procrastinating. Feel the feelings that you feel in your body. Feel the emotions that you're feeling in your body. And I'm going to say this in two parts. One is action, and two is your body's emotional reaction. So when you go into action, your body starts moving in a different kind of energy, and it's generative. And so if you are a procrastinator, if you just start going into action, take one step at a time, then another, then another. Don't put pressure on yourself. Just take a step, tiny steps. I used to say to women that I would coach if they didn't want to exercise, for the next day, just put on one tennis shoe. And then the next day, that's great. Celebrate that. Woohoo! The next day, put on the other tennis shoe. So you have two on. And gradually get yourself so that you can move out the door. Most likely, when you break the barrier of actually going into action and feeling the emotions from how it benefits you, then you're not going to procrastinate doing it anymore. But you have to get yourself kind of over that sound barrier of procrastination. So I'm not going to get deep and heavy into the subconscious reasons why you're doing it, but if you fear failure, or if you're a perfectionist and you become immobilized and unable to do things because of those ego mindsets, then there's hope. You can move forward by moving your body, taking action, and being one step at a time. Okay, quickly, over here on this other side, I'm going to include the link to the Adam Grant video in this text part of this video, because I think if you're curious about how procrastination can impact creativity in a positive way, it's actually quite interesting. So bottom line, what he says is a little bit of procrastination can actually drop you into a creative field, a creative energetic field. So that could be very helpful at times. All right, now, let's see, back to procrastination. So if you're a procrastinator, do one thing one step, one shoe at a time, and move yourself forward and see if you can't break your sound barrier of whatever it is that you're procrastinating on. I like to say, you've heard me say this before in previous videos, do one thing every day that scares you. That always helps if you're a procrastinator. All right, my video for today. Bye, I love you. Bye for now.